Okay, today on Cabal Cast, we're going to be back in Command & Conquer 3 Kane, so I have to do a 1 versus 1 video commentary. So this game I found on the popular replays tab, and it's a couple weeks old, because the replay system on the members tab, it just has a couple of troll replays, and there's a couple of them that are doing pretty good, but they're 2v2, and I wanted to do 1v1 because my last like 2 or 3 videos were all like 2v2 games. So I decided to choose this game, and it's two very popular players in Kane's Red. We have Unleashed UA and D.Dutch, also known as Dirty Dutch. So GDI versus Blackhand, they both chose their factions in this game. So let's go on Tournament Dustbowl. So up in the north here, we see D.Dutch. He's playing as the Orange Nod. Looks like he's going to go straight for Refinery first. He's playing as Blackhand, by the way. And we see Unleashed UA playing as the Blue GDI Forces. I think he's GDI Vanillas. Yeah, I think he's GDI Vanillas. So GDI versus Blackhand. Interesting matchup here. Looks like Unleashed is going to go straight for the spikes. I think D-Dutch decided to go for just a Refinery because he knew that there's going to be a lot of Rifleman squads, and they're a lot faster than Blackhand. And he could obviously build a foxhole so he can protect his engineers from from the Conventional Cabal squads. So he's got two Rifleman squads. He's going to go straight to this tip spike on the left side of the map. And it looks like he's going to go for both tip spikes, I think, because maybe he thinks that D-Dutch went for a Refinery. I'm not too sure. But I think he's confident in his abilities to capture both the tip spikes. And why wouldn't you? Because Unleashed has been playing this game since the beginning, since the very, very, very beginning of the game. So he knows what he's doing. He's very good at this game. Foxhole's been placed on here a little bit back, maybe little bit back, actually, from the tip spike. You think you'd place it up here more so you can protect against anything that comes towards that direction, but I guess it's a good idea because then the foxhole will act as a cover so that if the Conventional Cabal squads do come from this direction, the engineer can just retreat back to the foxhole to have protection. That's a very smart idea, and think about that to the last second. So at least it has two tip spikes now, and that's pretty good. So he's going to go straight to D-Dutch's base, and D-Dutch is going to go straight for, looks like a Flame Tank or a Reckoner. It's a Flame Tank, and not sure why he places his Operation Center that far out. But he's going to be selling it immediately, so he just wants to go for one Flame Tank, and a Blackhand squad is going to be going down to the center half of the map as well. So Unleashed has not scouted this yet, and he thinks he's a little too late in scouting D-Dutch's base because he has another refinery harvester out, actually. Now he sees the Flame Tank, and the Flame Tank is going to barbecue the tip spike. So Unleashed is not going to have any more economy going this way, and the Blackhand squad is going to be going towards that tip spike. So unless Unleashed can save that, which I don't think he is, he has a couple of Predator tanks out, so he wants to go and destroy that Flame Tank before anything else happens to his base. The Rifleman squad is in the corner there, and up here as well, so he's got pretty good scouting. He still hasn't scouted D-Dutch's base yet, but that other tip spike is about to be destroyed by that Blackhand squad. And now the Flame Tank is just taking out some garrisonable structures, which is pretty good. And the Flame Tank's going to retreat back to base, I think, because there's a couple of Predator tanks that are chasing it. And I'm not sure why D-Dutch is doing this. He obviously doesn't want to get his Flame Tank destroyed, obviously, so he went back to base. He could have probably snuck it around somewhere, but with the pursuit of the Predator tanks, he automatically knew where it was. And that Blackhand squad is going to get destroyed by that APC Rifleman squad, so that's going to be pretty good. Unleashed, did he go? He went actually to the left side of the map here. That's quite interesting. He went for D-Dutch's third expansion, so it looks like he wants to go for an aggressive one. He didn't go for the easy expansion because maybe something like a Flame Tank would be there. And D-Dutch is going to go for some Scorpion tanks now. He's got 4 on the field now. He's got 4 and 2 in this field, which is not the proper ratio. I guess he has almost a refinery on that field, so that's going to be pretty good. And he's going to be going for an aggressive expansion. Yeah, Unleashed is going to go for this one. That's pretty good. He's got 3 and 2 on this field, so low eco game from both these players. But Unleashed can make pretty much anything work because he's Unleashed. And D-Dutch has a 2 and 1 on this field. And does he have repaired that refinery? No, he does. He still has 4 and 2. So yeah, let's see what both these players can do. The Flame Tank's been spotted by that Predator tank, so that's going to be pretty good. Well, good for Unleashed, not for D-Dutch. So that kind of sucks. Lots of Predator tanks on the map now. So, and the Scorpion tanks have been manned out to the bottom half of the map. They're taking on Predator tanks, which is not what you need to do. You need to have a little bit more Scorpion tanks than just that to take on Predator tanks. And that Predator tank will be saved. It's going to go to War Factory for repairs. Sorry, I'm a little sick today, so I got the snuffles a little bit. But those Predator tanks are going to get those Scorpion tanks back to base for repairs. And D.Dutch has another War Factory out. He's got 3 and 2 in this field, so he's getting his economy back in order. He still has 4 and 2 in this field, but Unleashed has a refinery on this field right here, and he's protecting it with a couple of Predator tanks, so that's pretty good. And his main base is being guarded by Predator tanks as well. He still has 3 and 2 in this field, so that's not going to be good. He sees some bikers coming in from D.Dutch. I think he's wondering where the hell is Unleashed MCV. He doesn't think that he went all in for this kind of stuff. He's going to go for some Harvester harassment. Harvester took a lot of damage, and I think D.Dutch is trying to sacrifice his entire bike to try to destroy that Harvester, but it doesn't manage to do that. Just like a sliver of health remaining. One more shot from the bike will destroy that Harvester, but unfortunately doesn't do so indeed. And now Unleashed has scouted D.Dutch's base, got that refinery up and running, so now he's at 4 and 2 in this field right now. And he still has 4 and 2 in this field. Actually, he sold one of his refineries a little bit earlier than I guess what normal players would do. He's got his Tier 2 operations center back up now, so he wants to go for some dozer blades for his Scorps, and that's pretty good. He's at War Factory up for Unleashed at the second expansion, and he's going to go for something else. Looks like if it's in a command post or something like that. But now we see some Black Hands and Rocket Squads coming out now, so D.Dutch is going to go for maybe some Black Hand infantry. And Black Hand infantry with Scorpion tanks is a deadly combination for Black Hand in the early game. And he's not going for a secret shrine, so oh yeah, he does mention secret shrine. I was wondering why he didn't have one there. So now he's going to go for some Scorpion tanks and Black Hand push, and Unleashed is realizing this. He's going to have to get some type of force here. He did pull all the Scorpion tanks from the main base to here, and he's got a command post out. So he's going to go for AP ammo, and that AP ammo will do wonders against Black Hand squads. Now the Black Disciples, as upgrades have been completed, is D.Dutch going to keep a secret shrine on just for now. Nope, he's going to sell it because he doesn't need Purifying Flame. But the Black Hand squads are going to be going on unsupported, and they're attacking the Predator tanks out first, which is pretty good. Unleashed doesn't have, he only has 1 APC, and 1 APC is not enough. He needs to have more APCs, but I think he's just going to go intent on just building up watchtowers instead. His AP ammo is almost complete, so he wanted to not engage D.Dutch just yet, but D.Dutch has dozer blades as well, and he's attacking the Harvesters, and the one Harvester will definitely go down, and the watchtower is up now. The AP ammo is almost done from Unleashed, so he's going to be getting AP ammo against the Scorpion tanks and Rocket Squads. Rocket Squads have been left out unsupported, and they're just going to get crushed immediately by those Predator tanks, so Unleashed now obviously has the advantage in that all these Rocket Squads have been taken out. And these APCs now have the AP ammo now, but Unleashed is just going for just straight up Predator tanks. The MCV is a little bit further ahead now than it was. Unleashed sold his main base as well, just a little bit. I think D.Dutch has expanded. That is a second MCV. That's a second MCV. So D.Dutch is going to go for the third expansion of Unleashed, if you wanted to put it that way, but it's the second expansion for him. And he's a Tech Lab out, so Tech Lab's going to be out, and looks like he's probably going to go for some charged particle beams for his Black Hand squads. And Purifiers are coming out now from D.Dutch, so that's going to be pretty good. It also has an Obelisk of Light as well, so just protect against Unleashed's Predator tanks, which is pretty good. These Predator tanks are getting some repairs now, and then Airfield's coming out now, so we're going to be seeing some Orcas coming off from Unleashed. Unleashed loves his Orcas. His Orca gameplay is amazing, and D.Dutch knows it, but he didn't see that airfield. So he's not going to be anticipating in the aircraft. I think he's anticipating Unleashed going for like tier 3 Juggernauts or Mammoth tanks or even a Marv. So that's why he's preparing for that kind of assault. And D.Dutch has his refinery up now as expansion, which is pretty good. But his Scorpion tanks are actually going to be going through the main base of Unleashed and taking out most of it. But the Predator tanks will be turning around and going straight towards the Scorpion tanks. Excuse me. Wrong time to get sick. As soon as I'm doing a video commentary, I get sick. How bad that? So, like I was saying, back in the game, these Scorpion tanks have taken out most of Unleashed's main base. And Unleashed has another MCV here. Is that his first one? Yep, that's his first one. So he wanted to go back to this field right here, which is pretty good, because he wanted a third expansion. And this whole expansion from Unleashed is completely defenseless. So if D.Dutch notices that, he could destroy that with his Purifier force slash rocket squads, but I think he's just too preoccupied. This expansion here from D.Dutch is in trouble of going down because Unleashed has a bunch of forces here. It's quite a bit of Predator tanks, actually a lot of Predator tanks. That's like, what, 20 Predator tanks or so? And he's just going to try to steamroll D.Dutch in this game. D.Dutch knows there's an airfield here because he has some SAM turrets, and he's going for some hammerheads, actually. So that's pretty good. But now this whole base is just going to be destroyed. D.Dutch, I'm not sure if he can hold this. He doesn't have enough Predator tanks and enough forces here. He does have an Obelisk of Light, but that's not going to do enough against Predator tanks. So I'm not sure if this D-Dutch can hold this off. This Obelisk of Light actually focusing down the weaker Predator tanks, which is pretty good. He's got the 2 Obelisk of Lights now, and I think Unleashed is just intent on just focusing the Harvesters instead of the buildings. And he's going to lose quite a bit of his Predator tanks because of it. But I think D-Dutch will hold this base here. And Unleashed is going to go straight through, destroy the rest of the Harvesters. So that's going to be pretty good. But at the same time, Unleashed is going to lose his expansion. And these Purifiers and Rocket Squads just decimated it. So both these players now are losing their expansions. And now they might lose their main base. Unleashed is pulling into the main base of D-Dutch. And D-Dutch has a twin Obelisk droppings, which is going to help out quite a bit. And I think Unleashed is going to lose quite a bit of his Predator tanks. Actually, he might lose all of it. But the power is out. And he's forced to sell off that refinery to get the power back up and running. And a tip core and a charged particle beams is done for D-Dutch. A couple of Predator tanks make it through, so they could be focusing what's left of the base here, but I think it's going to get cut off by the rocket squads from D-Dutch. And at least you can lose all those Predator tanks. These Purifiers have no air support, so these Harvesters with these Hammerheads, I should say. One of them has a rocket squad in it, and they will take out the Purifiers, and they instantly go heroic. So that's going to be pretty good from Unleashed. And he's going to bring a couple of his engineers, and they're going to go capture those Purifier husks for himself, which is pretty damn good for Unleashed. And D-Dutch, he needs he's got to regroup in his forces because both his main and his expansion have been mined out and have been destroyed. And his third expansion needs to be regrouped and needs to be reharvested again. And actually, it's a smart idea, placing the refinery next to the a war factory next to the refinery so that he can get his harvesters repaired up. And Unleashed has a double refinery here with a lot of harvesters, so he has a lot of harvesters. They're kind of lined up, so they need to be yeah, they might glitch out just a little bit, so Unleashed may lose a little bit to harvesters because of the there's quite a bit. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 harvesters on 2 refineries, but they're placed quite a bit apart, so this could work actually for Unleashed. And speaking of Unleashed, he is going to go straight for the harvesters and destroying all of the almost all the harvesters. Actually, his hammerhead's doing amazing amount of damage, but Tipcore bikes are going to thwart that assault. And this is the last of D-Dutch's forces. He has a lot of rocket squads, and I think he knows that Unleashed is pretty weak. But there's Purifiers here from Unleashed, and the captured Purifiers are going to do wonders against the rocket squads there. But Unleashed is building up more hammerheads, and the hammerheads are going to be doing good damage. They got to avoid the attack bike though. And D-Dutch is building more harvesters from his refinery, from his war factory. He has scatter force all across the map. But here comes the rocket squads, and the rocket squads are going to be going through, and the Purifiers are actually going to be retreating behind this war factory just to get more repairs. APCs are coming out of the war factory from Unleashed, and here come the hammerheads, and the hammerheads are just going to squish the militant rocket squads right through. And here come the Purifiers. The flame is real, but obviously they're going to get focused down immediately by the rocket squads, and the rocket squads take both the Purifiers out. But unfortunately, D-Dutch takes massive losses because the refinery, or the hammerheads, are going to go right behind the black hand rocket squads and just take them all out. And D-Dutch has no forces to speak of. But at the same time, D-Dutch Unleashed has no forces to speak of. His only production structure is that airfield. So yeah, he sold. I'm not sure what happened to that war factory. I wasn't paying attention, but he did lose it. And now at the same time, Unleashed just has hammerheads. So D-Dutch is noticing this, and he's just going to go straight for Tipcore bikes, and hopefully that'll hold off those hammerheads. But I think Unleashed needs to expand again because his main is not growing back now, and his third expansion is almost mined out. The main field is fully grown now, and D-Dutch still has quite a bit of Tiberium left on this map here because he can't, at his primary and first expansion, he doesn't have that much Tib left. So now here come the hammerheads again, and they're going to be straight to the Tipcore bikes. So the Tipcore bikes will start firing on those hammerheads. One of them will go down, unfortunately, there, but he did lose one of his bikes, so not a good trade-off there. But Unleashed has a tech lab, so he could be going for a Marv, and this could catch D.Dutch off guard with the hammerheads in support of the Marv. It could be a deadly combination. Here comes an Orca Strike, and it's going to go straight for that beacon there. It's definitely not going to catch anything. It could do a little bit of damage to the War Factory, and it does. So that's going to be pretty good. But D.Dutch doesn't have any force remaining. He has a handful of bikes, six bikes to be exact. He could go for some harvester harassment. They got to be careful that they don't get in the watchtower's range, because the watchtower will wreck bikes when they have APM like that. And some buggies are coming out now, so I think D.Dutch is going to go for double War Factory bike buggy production. So he's going back to basics. He's going back to the early game strategies, and this is pretty good because Unleashed, it's getting close to the late game, and Unleashed is going to go straight for slow moving forces like a Marv or Juggernauts and Mammoth Tanks, that sort of thing, while D.Dutch is going to go for bike buggy, and bike buggy does pretty good. He does see the hammerhead force going to the top of the half of the map, and Unleashed is definitely going to lose this force here. Yeah, he's not going to be able to save it because there's too many Tipcore bikes here, but a lot of bikes go down for that cause, and I'm not sure if that was worth it. He lost like, what, 6 or 7 bikes to just 4 hammerheads. So he's actually one War Factory is building up bikes, other War Factory is building up Scorpion tanks. So he's going to go for double War Factory, like I said. And at least has a Marv out. And he's going to go put in some Zone Troopers in that Marv. I'm not sure if he's going to go for quad Zone Troopers or Engineers. Looks like he's going to go for quad Zone Raiders. Or Zone Troopers, I should say. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's going to put in that. I'm not sure what he's going to put in there. Another Zone Trooper squad. So 3 Zone Troopers and an Engineer. Okay, so three zone troopers and a repair pod inside that Marv, and he decides to Marvis his main base, which is smart because you don't want to spend $3,000 on a refinery just for that one little tib. And his MCV is packed up now. He could be going for this expansion right here. D.Dutch is scouring the map just to make sure Unleashed is not going for that field, which he is. The Engineer's not inside that Marv yet, but it's going to get smack dab into that Marv, and then D.Dutch notices immediately and just turns around. And D.Dutch is going to go straight. It's going to go back for more rocket squad or infantry spam, blackhand infantry spam, and the couple of Scorpion tanks as well. D.Dutch is back up here. Oh, how did where did the Engineer come from? Where did the Engineer come from? Oh, if Unleashed sees that MCV, he could take it. He could take that MCV. Oh, but the problem is that the Engineer doesn't have enough vision, and he can't see that. Oh, D.Dutch just thrown a lifeline there. Oh man, that was close. If Unleashed captured that MCV, that probably would be GG for D.Dutch because he only has a barracks remaining. So that is just unfortunate there for Unleashed. He just doesn't have the vision to see that construction yard. That sucks. But now D.Dutch is moving his infantry force to this field right here, and he's going to be seeing a Marv with a couple of APCs. There's not a whole lot of forces here for Unleashed. I mean, yeah, he has a Marv, but there's a lot of infantry here. The infantry doesn't stand up to a Zone Raider Marv. But now D.Dutch sees those APCs, and he should bring his bike buggy here. One of the bikes is actually elite status. So these APCs are actually going to be focused down. But Unleashed has his construction yard here. He's going to be protecting it with power plants and watchtowers. Where's that Engineer? It's going straight to the bottom here, and he scans, and he sees that there's no War Factory and or MCV here. MCV is up here. But he's actually going to be going for a refinery, so he could capture it. I'm not sure if D.Dutch sees. I think he will see it because the scan went off. Oh no, he captures it! Oh, that's clutch. Captures it, and he's just going to be placing down watchtowers. So, yeah, Unleashed is doing pretty damn good. And it's, this shouldn't be happening for Unleashed. He actually has a Marv and is going against rocket militants, which is not what you need. You need a lot of APCs to protect that Marv. And now that refiner's under control of Unleashed, and they're just going to be placing down watchtower after watchtower, and D.Dutch might as well destroy it. He could sell it off, but this is a bad maneuver by Unleashed. You're going up against rocket squads, and it's just going to be instantly destroyed against that imp spam. Unleashed lost his Marv unintentionally. He needed more AP ammo stuff against the Blackhand squads. So, not sure what Unleash's plans now. He has a couple of hammerheads now, which actually do have zone troopers in, so a couple of zone heads. But this is a lot of infantry now from D.Dutch, and he could be going straight towards Unleash's base. We see a beacon here. There's another Orca strike. And here comes the Orcas. They could do a little bit of damage to the rocket squads, but I think D.Dutch is just going to go straight past it. Oh my god! Heroic Confessed Cabal squad. I didn't even know this was possible. Heroic Confessed Cabal squads have the red flame. Oh, that is sick. That is sick. I didn't know that was possible. Black Hand Confessed Cabal squads, when they have heroic status like that and they have the supercharged trigger beam, they shoot red instead of green. Oh, that's cool. I did not know that. That is super cool. But unfortunately, D.Dutch lost a lot of his rocket squads. But yeah, that was really cool. I did not know that was possible. And Unleash has another Marv out, so he hasn't managed to harvest this field just a little bit. He marvested it. He marvested it, but he needed another refinery. And this force here just going to be pushed back a little bit by D.Dutch. And D.Dutch has a little bit of economy on all three of these fields, actually. He has at least one refinery each. And he's going to go back for some bikes, while Unleashed has a couple of zone heads as well. And the Marv's back out now. It has, what does it have? It has a zone trooper in it. And it looks like that's a rifleman squad and maybe a grenadier squad, I think. Interesting concept there. He still has one more spot left. He could throw in an engineer just for a little bit of repairs. And D.Dutch knows that those zone heads are there, so he's just going to be putting out one SAM turrets. He should put one or two SAM turrets at each of the refineries just to protect it, which would be a smart idea, actually. And at least has a refinery on that field now. He's getting some green tib, which is pretty good because you can't survive the game without Tiberium. And at least he's doing a little bit of expanding there, or is going inside of D.Dutch's base to see what he can find. Operations Center, so D.Dutch is going to go for maybe another tech lab. He didn't build a Redeemer this entire game. He does have a tech lab, so he could be going for a Redeemer. Could be doing pretty good. The Marv's back at this field here. He's going to be Marvising this field again, just to get a little bit of extra cash. And he's not building anything out of his refinery, or his MCV, I should say. Those zone heads are going to be coming out, and they're going to be finishing off this expansion. If D.Dutch is fast enough, he could throw down another SAM turret just to save this build radius. But just has to sell it. So those zone heads, and they do spot that harvester, so they could be taking it out. Bikes are on the field now. And this is actually a pretty good game. What the hell is that? It's pink. Well, maybe it's because, yeah, it's because of the sun, which is facing that direction. It's why it's pink. So they're learning new stuff every day when you play Command and Conquer Kane's Wrath. And now those Tipcore bikes, one of Unleash's harvesters went down, unfortunately. So I think he only has one harvester left in the field. He could sell one of his refineries. I'm not sure if he needs it. But this whole base here from D.Dutch is growing in size. And he's going to go for a Redeemer engineering facility. So he is going to go for a Redeemer. And at least needs to do something about that. He has a force of APCs with the Shatterer tank. And this could help out against that infantry swarm. But I think he needs a lot more, than that. Go for Predator tanks now, and at least the pack up is again. I'm not sure where he's going to be expanding. He's probably going to be going to that base to that field right there, because he knows that D.Dutch is not there anymore, and he needs to protect his MCV as best he possibly can. His forces here are going to defend the space as best as they can, while D.Dutch is just building more infantry squads, selling off that shredder turret because I don't think he needs it, and selling off that tier 2 operations center so he can get that Black Hand squad out fast enough. And a good scan there by Unleashed. Notices that Redeemer and sees that D.Dutch is there. He probably sees the bikes there as well as the Redeemers. The Redeemer's going to go straight to the south, and D.Dutch cannot protect this whatsoever. He needs to save as many forces as possible. He needs to save as many harvesters so he can expand up here and sell everything else, because then he can, he's moving all his forces because he can't defend that. So when he says that he sells out the War Factory, he's going to gather up as much tib as possible. His harvesters are going straight to that tib field right there. So this is very smart by Unleashed. He's evacuating the space because he knows he can't defend this. And he's selling up everything, getting the last of the green tib that he can, and then moving towards that tib field there. But this is leaving D-Dutch's base pretty defenseless. And here the harvesters are going back to base. They should sell out the refinery. There goes Unleash is playing very smart right now, and he's saving. He's saving a lot of his force. He has a little bit more hammerheads now, and he's got a good force of APCs, Predator tank, and a single Shatterer tank. Actually, a lot of Predator tanks actually. And there's the Marv, which I'm not sure where it is. It's up there. So it looks like both these players could be going for a base race. D.Dutch is going for an MCV down to the south here at Unleash's old expansion, so he could be going for more Tiberium. And both these players are just going to be going straight towards each other's main base, and they could be going for for a base race scenario. These hammerheads actually going to go back to base because they could defend this if they focus on the rocket squads, which actually wouldn't be a bad idea, and focus down the bikers. It could be doing OBC Bloodhounds completely get missed there by D.Dutch. That was a lucky shot there by Unleashed. And now we see that Unleashed is going to be attacking D.Dutch's base, and D.Dutch is going to be attacking Unleashed's base. Unleashed is definitely going to lose his base faster because he doesn't have any forces here, while D.Dutch has a buggy force up here to protect his base. But at the same time, it's like, well, who's going to destroy their base fast enough? And D.Dutch, since he has no forces there, is going to lose this expansion more. He does have Unleashed had a refinery at this expansion right here, but his MCV is up here. So both players are keeping their MCVs near, but the D.Dutch, he's going to be careful that his MCV doesn't get destroyed there. The zone heads are going to be focusing down the rest of the buggies, and his MCV is all alone. Oh no, D.Dutch, he's going to lose his MCV. Oh, D.Dutch is going to lose MCV. He needs to focus on the buggies first, but one buggy is heroic. And I think the hammerheads, the hammerhead that had the zone trooper in it got destroyed, and that Brado buggy is heroic status because of it. Oh, Unleashed, if he focuses those buggies down first, he would have destroyed D.Dutch's construction, and that would have been the end of the game. And D.Dutch is going to be focusing the rest of Unleashed's buildings, and now all Unleashed has left is that one construction yard and a power plant and an airfield. But Unleashed, he has the forces here to deal with, and he finds out that this is the last couple buildings there from D.Dutch, and D.Dutch is going to be focusing down the command post from Unleashed, which Unleashed he needs to get moving, because if he doesn't, then his whole force is going to be destroyed. But Unleashed is he finds the MCV from D.Dutch, and I think D.Dutch is going to be placing down as many buildings as possibly can, because this is the last force here. Actually, Unleashed is not moving. Unleashed is not moving his MCV. Oh, this is pretty close, but I think D.Dutch is going to lose his forces fast enough. Yeah, D.Dutch is going to be defeated. And D.Dutch is going to lose his last two buildings, and he's going to be defeated. So, pretty good base race. Pretty good of a game. I do apologize if I was a little bit shutting off my mic and turning back on again. I got the sniffles today. So anyway, skip all that. Unit scrap here. Obviously, D.Dutch had the most units because he was blackhand. Structures, units, or resources, and stats: 137,505 to 178,800 or 685. So not too bad. Seven. Only 5. That's 4. Yeah, only $42,000 more in favor of D.Dutch. So that's a pretty close eco game from both these players. Okay, so there's a game on Tournament Dustbowl. My name is Cabal, and I'll see you guys next time.